I'll see you. I don't wanna be you. Oh la 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 la. Is anybody there? Is anybody there? Gotta get up, gotta get up. On and on by the rolling shop. Buy it, sell it, the game's getting hard. On and on a losing card. Gonna pick up the pennies to pick up a pound. Doesn't matter, cause we'll keep turning around. We'll be right at home, bread. Take it and we make it home, our bread. Keep it and take it home. Keep it in the family. We'll be right at home. And take it home, her bread. Take it and we take it home. Keep it in the family. And take it home, her bread. Take it and we take it home. Keep it in the family. And take it home. I'm just getting set up. Over there, he's told. I see you, coin junkie. I see you, coin junkie. I don't understand the other bits of the chat. I see you, coin junkie, but I see other things. But I don't know if that's examples that's set by StreamYards. There's a conversation between Starbuck and Charles Kelly, so I don't know. I don't know if it's old, what, or whether it's an example. I haven't a clue. Sometimes they do ups and StreamYards are crazy. Hello everyone and welcome to Smithy's Coins from the UK. What we're doing today is we're basically, or there was going to be an auction, but I've had to cancel it because I don't have UK clients, so I've only got two clients at the moment, and that's it. That are interested in USA coins. So I've had to cancel the auction or the idea that I had in my head. But that's not because I'm trying to section the Americans out or the American supporters that I do have on my channel. It's because, i.e., the postage costs or the postage costs services that I use, I do international tracking. And with international tracking, international tracking is expensive. So I can't send coins back at a reasonable price unless I wait until somebody's package is a bit a bit more heavier, like the rest of them are doing, as in and do it once and do it once and do it once a month and do it once a month. Now I know in the UK at the moment it is 28 minutes past 5. So that means that it is around dinner time. So that means then that a lot of people are getting their tea ready. And the only reason I went live is because I know in the USA it'll be about what round about either waking up time or sort of round about early morning. Because when we're going to bed at night time, our American family is just waking up. So a lot of the auctions and other channels are putting on good spreads. So I decided to come live, but I can only see one person. So there's only one person watching. But I don't when Alexander goes live, I don't put out a broadcast or I don't put out emails as in bombarding everybody saying saying I'm going live. No, coin junker, no way, I'm not giving, no, I'm not saying that, I'm not giving up, no, no. That's how the other idea's coming out the bag. The other idea's coming out the bag shortly. But the fact is that I've realised that when I've sorted everything out and I noticed how much stuff that I'm actually going to keep for my own collection, I've noticed that I'm short on the thing, mate. I'm short on the grab bags. And what I usually do is when I do the grab bags, I usually put in a couple of bits of silver because our currency, people keep saying to me, but there is value in our currency only if the 50 pence pieces have got a different reverse design on it, like that. That's the Benjamin Bunny. That's Benjamin Bunny. That's one of the Beatrix Potter fans. That's one of Beatrix Potter, so that's worth more as in face value because the face value is only 50p. It's only 50p. It's only 50p really. So that's what I'm saying. It's like Joe's one the other week there for as in just proof of postage. It was £10, but if I was to send it the other way, it was going to cost me 15. So the whole idea for me doing the grab bags is saying, right, I'm going to do them at $30, or you're going to do a donation, or I'm going to do because they say you can't promote gambling, right? So I've worked out, right, you can't promote gambling. So if I would get actually into trouble off of YouTube for saying a £30 dozen or $30 spot price or spot. So instead of me saying that, if I say $30 donation, that covers that. Yeah, I did. I'm going to do it in a minute. that covers international shipping, but I'm not making anything out of coins. So anything I bought for stock, I'm actually giving it away. I'm giving it away because obviously I'm going to do that price at $30. But the thing is, guys, what you are going to get is when you're getting your spot, you're going to get your grab bag, right? So you're not losing out it. You're not losing out it. I've not got the time and the leg and all the rest, and then I don't have a driving licence nor that car on, and then it's looking about as in searching all through as in lists on it, trying to find, because the whole idea was to put something on the channel, create a good content, and keep it going because I reinvest into the channel. I don't take any money out of it. Any money that I've actually earned or people has bought stuff like Andrew Cooper, Dale Coimald UK, it's went back in. Even Charles Kelly's money went back in. It got reinvested back in. So what he bought, and because of the amount he bought or how much he gave me, I was overwhelmed by it. I never got that kind of money. Charles was like, I want to help Alec, but I was like, I don't want anybody's help. I don't want to feel that I actually have to take advantage of anybody or feel that as in I'm a charity case. I don't want to feel like that. So I don't ask for the help. I don't ask for anybody to put money into the channel. I'm not that type of person, and that's the whole thing. I lurker. So the whole idea is, is that so you're not losing out of as in the donation, so you're getting that as a donation, or for the money you donate, the 30, but also for the 30 you're getting the chance of winning a top prize, and the top prize there's a copper dragon's eye. So you're getting, that's what I'm saying, I'm buying other bits and pieces like slabs and stuff like that for to use as in for a star prize. So you get actually, so it's slightly like George's idea as in found it buried. So that ends up, so the last man standing wins. So he gets that plus that if he wins it. That's the whole idea. But the other idea is to time me as in to sell 1 cent, because I've got a whole load of 1 cents. I've been picking them up as in rolls and rolls and rolls of them. And I'm thinking, I don't search for errors and varieties. So what I'm thinking is either do 5 or 6 Wheaties or Lincolns, different dates, different year dates, and do a £3. And if I can get a UK following, do it for $3.50. So that covers the recorded delivery. But that also brings other people into our community, because that's the whole idea, was to bring to community. The whole idea of me, I saw something that I was like, it astounded me, and I was like, why is I can't find UK channels? I can find more American channels than what I can British. And then I realised these two sides are apart from each other. They're not working with each other. They're working as in like separately. And I was like, so there's two communities. There's one UK one and one American and one on the American side. Although, okay, your time different. Okay, there's a time difference or a time barrier, right? A time difference. But I was like, why can't they like the Americans like the British accent? They love the British accent. So why are they not working together? And I was like, well, what if I then started a channel, because I wanted to be totally different. I didn't want to be UK coin hunting or coin hunting UK coins, because I felt there was too. When I seen the UK channels, eventually I noticed everybody else was doing it, and I'm like, I want to be different. I don't want my channel to be everybody like everybody else. It's like going to school and you're mimicking everybody else is doing in the class. And I was like, I don't really want to do this. I want to be different to everybody else, to be everybody else. I see I am dying, mate, but I'm trying to get this out because, as I said, the whole idea, that's what I'm saying, I cancelled it because the idea was in my head, and it's been in my head for the last week or so, and I'm like, right, now how do I can't, some people are telling me, can't promote this, you can't endorse it, so I'm like, well, if I'm doing a video, then I'm promoting, saying an auction doing 1 cent, that's promoting it because you're putting it out there. And I was like, well, how do I go about this? And I'm like, I need to put it out there for people to see it, to understand it, because when you don't explain something, how does anybody understand where you're trying to go, or what the point, or the point you're trying to make, So I was like, well, I have to explain it. I have to put it out there for people to see it, for them to come to it in the first place. But as I'm saying, that overwhelmed me, as in thing me, that's exactly as in like Kevin's saying, you always do great to everyone. I know, because I'm out there to help me building a channel wasn't to make money, wasn't to become famous, or to get these numbers that are way off the planet. I'm never going to change. I'm never going to change who I am, even if I get there. But it was to achieve, as in to see how big or how much a goal I could set, to challenge myself, to prove to my actual self that I could do it. Because my father I never ever got off my father as in a pat in the back, turning around saying, I'm proud of you, son. You've done this right, you've done that right, or you've done that, you've done well with that. I never got that. So when he passed away, I felt as if I was a fail. I felt as if I was a failure. That's how I felt my own self. That everything I ever touched, as in it had failed on me, or as in because I'd thought it negatively, everything that could go wrong went wrong. And I was like, if I keep thinking negatively, that's all I'll ever get is bad luck, or that's all it's ever going to happen. And I'm like, I have to think positively, but I can't change who I am. I can't change who I am, or the way I think about things in my own head. So the whole idea was to not feel isolated, because I'd isolated myself for the last 5 years because of the marriage breakdown, because of things that had happened. And I didn't want to get myself into trouble. I didn't want a police come to my door. I didn't want to end up being locked up in jail for somebody turning in and accusing me that I was doing this wrong, I was doing that wrong. So instead, I hid myself away, but I end up, it was like a turtle that went under a shell because it was frightened. And it had to eventually come out of the shell. And at first, as in when I first started YouTube, or even before I started YouTube, I was watching other videos, like bigger channels, and I noticed something that was coming. I was like, but at first I was just watching. I didn't have an account. I didn't know even how to build an account. It wasn't until I went to do a comment and then realised you need an account, and I was like, right, so you need an account to comment on a channel, to say something in a channel, to say you've done well or whatever on the bottom of that. So I was like, right, how do I find out about it as in a Google account or an account? Is it free? Then found out it was free. Okay, right, that's that, but done that. And then it was somebody I was watching the egged on. They turned around and they thought I was at it. The person thought I was at it, and they egged on the leg, and that's where it started off with. Was the leg? Was a video doing the leg, showing the leg as me and thing in the hospital bed, as in my family home, and all I done was do like that with the leg, and I get so much a tremendous buzz off that first video. I was like, right, do I do a second one? Do I do a second one? And I was like, and I was nervous with the first one. I was nervous. I was petrified. The second one, I was like, do I do it? And then you got in your head, you feel this buzz or sensation of doing the first one, and it's so much a buzz that you're like, do I do another one? But instead of doing it straight away, you then decide, I'll leave it a week, I'll leave it 2 weeks. And I was like, well, I do a second one. And then when I done the second one, then eventually, but even when I don't do a video for a long time, I still get nervous. I still get nervous and I still get butterflies because I have to then face the camera. So I'm talking to the camera. If anybody wants to come up on the panel, they're more than welcome to come up on the panel, because all I have to do is take the top bit and put it in the chat. But it takes me a bit, as I'm saying, if you be patient with me, guys, because sometimes I don't always get it right. And this computer's the laptop was a good laptop, but it ends up, because it's a Chromebook, it works slightly different to a Windows operating system, and I didn't want to muck up a Windows operating system either. As in, because I'd known when somebody told me you can put Chrome on it, and then I was like, well, that's two different operating systems now it is on a computer. I didn't want to mess it up or it start corrupting it. So that's why I decided to buy a Chromebook, because it's Google that's on it, or Google that it uses. I don't understand the Android system either, because you get Chrome OS. Then you've got Android, so you can use, but it's got Android apps. So it's sometimes it'll say, do you want to stay on Chromebook or open up with as in YouTube? That's an application. So I sort of understand the technology, but I'm still learning. I'm not brilliant. I'm not an expert. I just mess about with stuff. And I figure it out. It takes me a while to figure things out, but usually it doesn't take me long to figure it. But coins, I put it this way, right? I didn't pick coins, and I'll tell you why I say that. Coins picked me. They picked me. I didn't pick them. I took a love for auctions. I've always been down or done or been round auctions. I wear my heart. I know, Kevin, I wear my heart on my sleeve, but you have to, when you're on YouTube, you have to grow this thick skin. You have to grow this thick skin, because you can be taken in so easily, as in with people that are wrong ones out there, but it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody out there is a wrong one, as in on YouTube. There is awesome people, and there's people that is willing to help if you ask them. But the thing is, I don't ask for help. I can't put myself round to asking for help. That is the bottom line. That is the problem. Because sometimes even if I don't get a video wrong, if somebody comes to me and says that you shouldn't have put that out there, and turns around and says, can you please delete that? I will delete a video. And that's the only time I will delete a live stream if somebody comes and says to me, but you have to explain the reason why you're telling me that. Okay, because somebody could be telling you that for your own benefit, but sometimes you don't understand because you don't understand where they're coming from. Until you understand where they're coming from, then you get it. And when people are there to try and make sure that they're helping you in ways to make you better, I like the type of people. I like the type of people. That's what I'm saying. That idea's thing me. Aye, Andrew. No, because I was going to show what I was going to do was show the one cents or show the 1 cents because I'm going to cancel the auction today because I need to try and build up a UK following, or as in try and get the UK people and find out who's interested, who's not interested, and see how many people I can get for that, because it's like Andrew's not into pennies, but there's other people I know that would buy, but I don't want them feeling pity on this or thinking that, because at the end of the day, I know people out there's willing to help. I know that, and I'm grateful for that. But I don't want people just buying it for the sake of buying it. I want people that are actually interested in USA coins or into other coins like foreign coins and stuff like that, so that I know exactly who wants what and what's more desire. And I don't mean what's more desirable. If I know exactly the balance, I can work it out for you. I can say, right, I need more UK than what I do that, or I can turn around and say, right, I need to get that. So I know. Because I've only, that's what I'm saying, I've 16 grab bags left, or 15, because I've got Andrew's one to make up this month, or ding me. I don't know about Dale yet. I'm not going to put the kettle on for that yet. But I've got 15 of them. So I've got about 14. So I got enough to sort of cover me to start it off. I've sorted some of the stuff out, but I've still to go through some of it yet. And the whole idea was when I said I cancelled it, right? So what we'll do is that I wanted to show the wheat cents. I might not show the wheat cents now. I'll do the mail call so I let everybody go, because I don't want to keep people that don't want to hang about. So, right, I understand where you come from, Kevin, as in you said about the thing me, right? But I feel you gave me more than what I gave you, right? But we're not going to start going on about it, banging on, right? Because I was quite happy getting one pour. I didn't expect what you sent. I know it's nothing spectacular. It's nothing. It says right. So I show what's inside it, right. So I've not took it off yet. That looks like mushrooms, or some people it might look like blobs. Okay, Kevin might not have mold yet, but he's tried. Kevin's tried, and he didn't want to leave it too long, because I traded something that he wanted, and he gave me something that impressed me. Somebody doing that, because I don't have the equipment. I wouldn't have the equipment in here, because in case I either drop it or melt it, whatever, because in here there's wooden floorboards. Right. So I'll read the thing with what it's. I'll read the card out. It says, "Hey Alexander, thank Thank you for being a good friend and a brother. You are a cool person, and I'm proud to call you friend and brother. Thank you for all the coins you sent. Thank you for all the coins you sent me. I hope this is enough to say thank you. And it says, if it's not, let me know. Your friend and brother, Kevin. I like when somebody puts words in and it's nice words, and that actually is like tearful to me, as in somebody calling me their friend and the brother in the community. And I know that some people say, "Oh, you love that," and all of that, but I don't sometimes understand, as in that I'm that much loved and all the rest, because I don't have people buzzing me every 2 minutes and saying to me, "Are you alright?" Or as in sometimes that I don't know nothing what's going on in the community, and I'm sort of, I have to catch up with certain things. So nobody actually gives me an insight and says, "Ah, by the way, this is going on in the community. This is going on in the community. Would you be interested? Would you be interested in doing something within it?" So I'm always like, I'm like, to know what's going on. Right, so that's Kevin's. Right, this is backlog. So I'm doing the backlog. Right, so that's. Don't ask me why it ended up. I don't know. It's ended up in a different package. But anyway, right, so that's that one. Right, so that's Kevin's, because I can't show addresses. I'm not allowed to, because that's data protect. It's on data protection, right? So I'm telling you, that one's sent for Kevin Hubbard. So if anybody doesn't know Kevin Hubbard, please look for Kevin Hubbard. He's in the chat now. I don't know how to do links. So if there's any mods or whatever, because Andrew, I don't expect you to do anything, my friend. I don't expect you to do anything. Now, if you would like to, if you're still here, can you put, if you know how to do it, can you put Kevin Hubbard's channel link in the chat so that other people can then get it? Because when I do the mail calls, I would like to be, if I could do it myself, I would. I just don't know how to yet. And if somebody was to show me or teach me how to do that, I'd be a God blessing, because then I could do it myself or try and work it out. I don't know how to do that yet. I'm still learning. I'm still not 100% sure, and I hate messing things up. Right. So this is one that says Billy Miner, but the channel's called Money Maniacs. So it's Money Maniacs, right? This is another one. This is it's not free stuff. It's not free stuff. I've paid for it, but I'm doing what they call a mail call, and I'm doing. Don't know how did that get mixed up? Oh, I know, that's fine. It's fine. I know what's going on. I'm looking at it and I'm going, that's not right. That doesn't look right. Right, so I got 2,000 off Money Maniacs. So there's a 2,000 as in the United States proof set. I got some silver shot, which I gave away to Dale. I got little gram bars. I probably might, and what I might do is I might take. Oh, the only thing is, they're different. I was going to say I was going to take one out, but as in for myself. But there's different animals on that, and I've got a thing about animals. nuts about animals. And there's George Washington. There's George Washington. I don't want to take him out. There's George Washington. All right, Andrew. There's George Washington. So that's Money Maniacs. And then you've got this one's Starbucks. This one's Starbucks Jeff. So this is Starbucks Jeff. And we've got Starbucks. We've got 1950D, and I think that's large date. I'm not 100% sure because I always get it mixed up between large date, small date. So there's that, which is a wheat cent. So there's 1958D. I'm sure it's 58D. And then you've got 1960D, and it says small date. So that's 58, and that's a wheat cent. And after that, you've got 1960, but that's the one with the white. That's the one with the.
Yeah.
Alright, just put it down.
What? We'll just do it the other.
Right. I'm alright. I'm alright. I'll just say that I'm alright, and that's that. Right, so that's always upside down. This one looks like white. To me, it looks like a White House. I could be wrong, but so that's when it changes. So it changes. It's the same guy in the front. But different. Don't be sorry, Kevin. You're fine. I need to put it up that way. There you go. That's that. Right. So that's that. So that's Starbucks. That's Starbucks Jeff. So that's that. And then you've got one from, and then I've got another one from, that's what I'm saying. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I know exactly what I'm not supposed to do, and I wouldn't show somebody's name and address because I'll show you the thing what they use for the channel name. That's confrontation and nonconformist, and there's the card that says muchas gracias. Some people tell me I don't want my dress shown or whatever, and I totally respect that. And there's what he's saying. That's Malaysia. That's a wee house or a building. There's a building. And then you've got looks like a sea creature, and that says Singapore on it. See, one for Singapore. Sea creature under the. It's not a seahorse, it's a sea creature, so it could be a lobster or a crab. And then you've got one that says 100, but then it's got that one's got flowers. That's got flowers and crap on it, or flowers. I'm not really into flowers. Every time my auntie would give me a flower, as in that, I'd end up messing it up, or I'd end up killing it. And I'm not sure. That looks like a peacock or a swan. It looks like a swan. And that's for confrontation non-conformist. Pinky in the brain. Oh, I know. There's coins that the like the mail call stuff. I usually, as if it's only a couple of bits of mail call, usually I'll keep it. But then I decide what I do is if I buy a whole load of coins, I'll decide what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep. And what I don't want to keep, then I'll either sell it, or I'll either give it away, I'll sell it, or I'll put it into grab bags, because the whole idea for you having a channel is some people give it away, but then they don't have the money to put back into it to then move it on further. So they've got to find bits and pieces around the home, or at car boot sales or fairs or whatever, to give to other people. But when you reach the 1,000 stage or the 1,000 stage and you get the 4,000 watchers, you get the monetization, which means then you can get the super chats. But the only way to get up to that level is to keep doing content. But it's got to be over 365 days. It's got to be over 365 days. So you've got to get that 4,000 watchers before you hit where you first started in that, because it triggers it back. So that's the whole. But when I get the super chats and be able to do the PayPal donations, I want to be able to give back what people give me. I want to basically give them back. So that was the whole idea behind the coins, was to give them something back. And that was the whole idea. Because all I'm really interested in is covering the postage costs, so that then I can, because the money that they put into that, if I use it, if there's money left over from the money that they give me, it's going to go back into the channel anyway, so it's going to be reinvested. So it's going to be reinvested all the time. So at the end of the day, nobody's losing it. Nobody's losing out it. Because there will be times where, as in if somebody came to me and said, I can't afford coins, but I'm really interested in coins. And say, for instance, the other people had put in money and there's a bit left over, I would be turning and saying to that person, well, I'll give you a couple of coins because I can afford it, because everybody else is chipped in, and the bit that's left over, there's a bit of pot left over for that person. It was when I was thinking about things the other day, and I thought, hold on a minute. So you're not going to use that money in the wrong way, Alec. Okay, right. So you're reinvesting it in the channel, right? But what if somebody doesn't have £5 or whatever to spend? How are you going to sort that one? How are you going to sort that one out? What are you going to do? You would feel gutted if you didn't have the money either yourself, and you really liked something, a hobby, but you didn't have the means and the funds to start it. Because we all start. Put it this way: when we all come onto YouTube, we start from nothing. We start from nothing. So you're building yourself up as you work yourself up and 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 up further. So the further you get up in the list, the further you're because in the Google search engine, when you put a Google search engine, the higher your views is, the further you climb up on the search engine. It's Cornwall showed me it one day. He says, put Cornwall or whatever in Google's engine. So I done it. He says, where am I sitting? He says, you're second from, you're two down from top. But I couldn't understand why that was. So he explained it. And I was like, oh, right, that's cool. And I'm like, that's cool, that. So if the further you're rated, so it means then the further you're rated, the higher you become in that list when you go and do a search. High LAP coins. And I was like, that's quite interesting. And I'm thinking, that's quite interesting, that. Right, so. No, because in the UK, we don't get USC coins. It's very, very seldom do we get UK USC coins. And we actually get, I've actually sorted that. I think, I'm hoping that I've sorted that problem out. But the only thing is, I've got to then put money into that other account so that basically I can do it. There's Benjamin. Not Benjamin Bunny. Because that's what I'm saying. Kevin wanted UK coins, so I gave him a bit of currency that we used now, and I also gave him some currency for before decimalization. Before decimalization, I have to go to an auction to get that, which then costs me money again to get that. As in pre-decimalization, or you have to go on eBay and hope that you buy a big job lot. But the thing is, when it's in not to buy it now, you're then fighting against people to get that. So you're bidding higher and higher and higher and higher. So it's costing more. But there's other ways of getting it. And I've seen me sometimes throwing in bits. Although that I might have spent £400 at an auction, but I'm trying to give people as in a bit of this and a bit of that, because I don't want people feel sectioned out. I don't want the Americans feeling sectioned out. That's the last thing I want. I don't want the Americans coming and feeling sectioned out and them turning and saying, but hold on a minute, you're doing it for UK, but what about us? Because they support me, which meant then my channel become where it is to now, and that's overwhelming for me. So I've met some UK people like Hazy Days and You Dizzy, started there, got to 400 mark, then noticed that my numbers are just stuck there and thought, I'm never going to get anywhere. There's other people that I've known in that community that have reached the 1K or whatever. Kevin, that's fine. That's perfect. So I saw them reach, and I'm like, well, why can't? It's like seeing it's like a kid as in seeing 2 bars, somebody eating 2 bars of chocolate, and it's sitting there admiring somebody eating 2 bars of chocolate, but then it's thinking to itself, you've got 2 bars of chocolate, you've been selfish. So I seen them at 1K, as in sitting at 1K, and I thought, they're all sitting at 1K. Why can't I be there? Why can't I be there? I would like to be there, but how am I going to manage to do this? And that's when I thought, hold on. And that's when I started doing networking and all the rest, blah, blah. And then I started thinking, what content can I put on my channel? What content can I put in my channel? Now, my channel was going to be about unlocking phones. That's what it was going to do at first. But then I thought, hold on a minute. There's going to be controversy here, because some people are going to turn around and say, oh, that box doesn't unlock this, that box doesn't do this, that box doesn't do that. I thought, well, I don't really want that hassle of people telling me that this doesn't do this doesn't do that. So it means then I'm fighting with all these people and arguing. I thought, I don't know, I want to do that. And then I saw what happened is that I saw Kevin, 2 years to get up to 1K. It took a hard slog, but the best thing of the lot is, even although that they say don't do sub for sub, sometimes you have to do it whether you like it or not. And sometimes you go around these channels and you'll find, hi Michael, and sometimes you'll find that other people will put out your channel. Like George helped me. VPM drones, they help, their community helped me. That, oh, what's his name? I Spike helped me. There were certain people that helped me, and I was like, and I would tell them, I'm only 300 or I'm only this away for this. And I knew exactly where I wanted because I'd set that goal. I want to be there. But now I don't have, a lot of people have the watchers, but they don't have the supporters. I have the supporters, but I don't have the watchers. So I'm actually ticked because when you look at your YouTube studio, check the settings on it or check the analytics part of it. There's a part underneath it, Kevin, that tells you, and what it'll have is when you reach that point, because you send you an email and you'll have all the balloons and the banners and all the rest and the fireworks going on. You've hit 1K, right? When you reach over that 1K or you've just passed over that 1K, you'll get a green tick. When you get that green tick, they can't actually pull you back. So you can't go back past 1K. You will stay there. So even if your numbers drop, you'll still have that 1K because you're ticked for that. Because that's all I'm waiting for is a tick for that, for the monitor, for the watchers. Once I've passed that, then I can start doing the next part. Because that's the whole idea. Because I don't want, it's not the money factor, it's not the money factor, and it's not the numbers factor that I want. I want to be able to make the stream fun. I want people to come into it and enjoy themselves, and I also want to give back. Because to me, when I'm buying for the auctions, I feel as if I'm taking for the community. It's take. I'm not getting anything back. And that's when I think, because I do certain things I do a lot of things behind the scene. I donate to different things, and I also every now and again I'll pick somebody that I've known for quite a while, or I feel that's worth sending them something. And what I'll do is I'll send them a surprise pack, because that's what I was doing with them. If I couldn't sell them, or I couldn't do anything with them, I was like, well, what's the point in them staying here? So I might as well do that. That's totally up to you, Kevin. I just feel it is worth, as in being that monetized, but people go at, but that's you being greedy at that, and I think that's being selfish. No. The whole thing is to see. I want to see how far I can grow the channel. If I'm gonna destroy the channel, let me destroy it, and then I can then turn around and say, I done it. It was my fault, without blaming anybody else and saying that it was his fault, it was her fault that she destroyed it. No, if it goes the wrong way, my channel, then I know I destroyed it. It's me to blame. It's me to turn around and say and kick myself and say, well, I done wrong. I've done it wrong. My whole thinking was wrong in my head. My whole thinking was wrong in my head of what I thought. But if I can grow the channel, I want to see how far I can take. I want to see how far I can take it. How far can I run with this? Because that was all. The whole idea was to put two communities into one and join them up together. And me feeling part of it, because I don't expect anybody to buy off of me. I don't expect people to watch my videos. There's never a time where I've said, as in at the end of my videos, that I've said, like, share, subscribe. I've never said that. I've never once. Because I don't feel that's you then turning and saying, you have to do this. No. Let the people decide. Let the people decide if they want to click the button or they download. They're quite they're quite capable people out there for to press a button and say, I like that video, or I like that stream, I enjoyed that stream. If they want to start throwing comments and being negative, throw the negative comments and stuff into the channel, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens to the thing with the negative comments or whatever. Because I'll either do two things. I'll either delete the negative comments, or if I feel that they're right in a sense, I will defend myself if it's a negative comment. But I don't mind criticism, because I always used to say, when I first started YouTube, I kept saying, if you put a thumbs down to a video, why not tell the creator why you've put a thumbs down to it, so that they can make the content better? Because that's what the creators wanted, to make content better, to make it enjoyable for other people to watch the videos. And nobody's ever done that. They're too frightened to do that. They click the button, thumbs down that video. But then I found out that the thumbs down wasn't for the creators. It's for YouTube to stop hitting you with notifications of stuff that you don't want to watch, or you're not interested in. That's why the thumbs down's for. It's for YouTube, not the creator. But the creator's got it into their head that they don't like me. This person doesn't like me. They don't like. And they're trying to figure it out in their own head. But that's what I kept saying. If you thumbs down a video, why not tell the creator in a comment, in the comment section, which you're totally allowed to do, and it tells you what you're not allowed to do. There's a description or something that YouTube put on it. I can't remember exactly what it says, what it reads. Right, let's stop. So I've done the UK ones, or showed a couple of the UK ones, right? So I've showed that, right? So let's carry on, because this mail call's quite. I want to get. That's what I'm saying. I want to finish the backlog. I'll get the backlog done. I want to be able to sort it out, figure out what I'm not keeping, then start bundling it up. So that I can then use it. Because as I said, the whole idea was to do an auction because I don't know the quality of coins to put out, or wheat cents, or how good they should be. Because some of them aren't BUs. When you start doing BU coins, BU gems are a lot more expensive. So that was the whole idea, was to give maybe different dates, because you've got PD, you've got P, mint mark P, you've also got D, and you've got S. The S at the moment, the S's people want at the moment, the S ones. But you start with wheat cents, so you've got Flying Eagle, which Andrew knows about. You get Flying Eagle first, Indian head pennies, wheat cents, and then you've got the next ones on, which next ones are. Let me see if I've got one opened. See if that's opened. You get them on the next ones up. That's the next ones. They're 74s. That's BUs. Of course I can scope them. Hi Ian. Of course I can scope them. I've just took a whole load out as I went like that, and I thought, right, I've done a one where I've done a mixed roll. because I end up if you have to buy a mixed roll, I probably do it, but probably do it without the postage. Probably what 10, probably 10 at the top, 10 at the top. But you'll get. But as I said, right. So if I'll let you see, right. So I need to move the camera for. I need to do that. I need to do that. I need to do that. So I need to do that. And then I need to do that. That's actually Andrew. That's actually my mentor. That's who started. That's who actually started me was Ian Matthews. I used to watch a lot of Ian Matthews videos, and that's what I first started watching. And that's who got me further on. See, when you look at that, it looks brown. It looks brown. So it's like looks dirty, like our. Put it this way, Andrew. They look very much like your 1 pennies, or the colour of your 1 pennies when they actually do the aging process. But sometimes some people like them like that with a bit of dirt or a bit of junk or funk as they call it on them. But there's some people that are like it needs to be better than that. So there has to be nothing on the feet. There has to be nothing on the face. But that's 1936. That's 1936 P. That's 1936 P. That's Philly. Philly's not always marked because a lot of coins come out of Philly, so they didn't always mark them. So they called them plain date. They call them plain date because they've got no mint mark on them. But that microscope was like 10 times zoom, so it's showing you every little defect. Because when they check them, they only put them under a scope, as in an actual magnifying glass, like a jeweler's loupe. They only put them under a jeweler's loupe and look at them. That's like 10,000 times. So you're seeing it as in very much close up. So you're noticing every little defect in that coin. And it's only a £20. It's only a £20 microscope. It's only a £20 microscope, mate. It's not a hangman. It's not a fortune microscope. It's one off of Amazon because I got the link. It was always that gave me the link for make sure it was the right one for it, so it would match up with the Chromebook. But as I'm saying, a lot of the Americans, what they do is they buy a whole roll of 1 cents and they're looking for errors and varieties, which an error's basically got something on it that's wrong, and then you've got varieties which is like as in a die crack or other bits and pieces. That's what I'm saying. We in the UK don't understand all this. But I got into it because he wanted to do auctions or because I liked auctions. And it was SGS Mixed Adventures that was getting shouted out in Cab 7s. And the curiosity to get the better of me. And this is what I've been doing for the last, as news have not seen me in Hazy Daisies. That's where I've been. I've been buying up coins, as in American coins for America, and getting them sent over here. Because I was buying them to resell them, to invest my savings as in from the bank into something, so that I had something to fall back on if I ever needed it. Because I'm always worried if you're getting benefit money, what if they ever stop that benefit money? Like what happened to Ian when he lost his job. And it was the first time he ever actually put out as in for PayPal donations. And I think if Ian was to tell a story, he would have felt the same as in he'd have felt guilty, or he felt as in like a charity case, as in a man that had worked all his days and all of a sudden he'd lost his job, no fault of his own, and had to ask for help because obviously he would have had to wait 6 weeks for being entitled to unemployment benefit. Because the bank doesn't give you, if your money's sitting in a bank, the bank's not giving you interest anymore. You were only getting a penny a year. You were only getting a penny a year from a bank if you were money in a bank. So that's what a lot of people do. They reinvest their money into shares, stocks or shares, like Hi Ho Silver's done. Hi Ho's invested some of his money into shares. But then what if you invest your money into shares and it goes downhill? Oh, there's another 36. Oh yeah, bugger. I thought it was a different one. I think what I've done is I've put two of the same in a pile. But I know they're definitely, I know, Andrew, this is definitely, there's different year dates in that. I know that for a certainty because I remember making it up. I was wanting to show the difference between as in one to another one. There you go. There's 47. There's 1947S. So that's what I'm saying. I took that out of that mixed lot or a mixed roll, and that was a mixed roll that I made up myself from the ones that I'd got off of Justin that lot I'd got off of Justin Busman, as in the one that I called collateral damage. But a lot of the Americans don't like you're not allowed. Well, I don't know if you're not allowed to, but a lot of Americans don't like as in coins that's been cleaned, because to them that it devalues a coin, it devalues it. But then, as in, if you see a wheat cent. A wheat cent can go as dark as chocolate. It basically looks like dark. If you think about it, it looks like dark chocolate. And then it means then you can't see no detail on it at all whatsoever. You can't even tell what date it is because it goes that dark through the aging process. But they say that sometimes that a wheat cents can go like a woody, which is like a wood grain effect. So I asked last night, how does that happen? And somebody says to me that it's basically when they do the metal, as in, before they put it on the process, it's basically two mixed metals that don't mix right. And that's what causes it, and it goes like a wood grain effect. It looks like a wood grain, and that's why they call it a woody. But I've never seen one yet. I've always wanted to see one. Maybe I have wood grain effect ones, but I don't know. I would have to sit and go through them all, and then I'd need to get somebody to verify it, as in it could verify it better for me, that had actually studied it more. Because in the UK, we don't study things, or we don't see these coins, so we don't know. Or you've got to look at pictures, and sometimes the pictures are not as in blown up so good to actually physically see them properly, to actually understand. Because the more you see it, the more you're going to recognise it. Because reading's not my strong point. I can read about 2 pages of a book, and to me, it's as if it's like a jumbled mess in my own head. It's a jumbled mess. That's what it turns out to be. And it ends up, but it's like gets frustrating, and then it's like me going to bash my head against a brick wall. It feels as if there's a big explosion going to happen in my head because I've read too much into it, or I've took too much information in and can't understand it. But when you show me it, if you show me it as in, and I'm watching you, I'm taking it all in as I'm watching you, as watching what you're doing. I'm taking it all in. But sometimes when I ask questions, I'm asking questions because I'm curious or I'm trying to understand it properly, so I know exactly what I've got to do. And that's why I watch a lot of videos, content, because I'm watching and learning. I'm taking the information in. I'm actually photographing it. I'm photographing it in my own head so I understand it better. So I don't need to ask people, because I feel that when you go and ask people, because they say time's money. So to me, as when you're asking somebody's help, you're asking for their time. So if their business sense, they're losing money by talking to you, standing there talking to you, trying to help you and advise you. And I don't like taking anybody's time out, their busy time out of them. But then some people were like, no, you're more than welcome. Because I want to understand it as well as much as them. And it's not because I want to find a coin and it's worth fortunes. I'm not really into it for to earn fortunes out it or to find the big high value coins. I'm more interested in getting a cut. If I buy a roll, all I'm interested in taking two out it and then passing the rest on. But the only thing is, when you bust a roll, it's not good to nobody because you bust the roll open. So basically, they would class it as the roll's been searched before you even start because you took two coins out it, and the value's taken out of the whole roll. Because they would rather buy the whole roll. But every coin or 1 cent, every one of them has a value to them on that book. It could be only. You're fine, Kevin, if you got to go. Every coin has a value of its own. So that coin there, 1947D. Right, let's get the. Right, you've got between a blue book and a red book. So there's two different books. One's retail, and one's as in is the buying it is buying in book. Right. So I'm just taking it out as an example. I'm trying to find the page. So I'm actually flipping through a book as in as fast as anything. Right. So that's small cents. Right. So we've got small cents. So Flying Eagle is the start. So 1947. So looking at 1947, and we're looking for D for dog. 1943, 44. And we're looking for 47D. So 47D, the first value of that coin is a VF20, right? So that coin on its own is worth 3 cents, and the top value of that coin at MS65 is 75 cents. So they're worth 75 cents. If that was graded at MF65, it would be 75 cents a coin times 50, and then there's 10%. There's a 10% premium, 10% premium that goes on top of that. That's how the dealers work that book. That's how the dealers work that book out. But I wouldn't call myself a dealer. I'm only a small trader, small independent trader. Always ever been. But to me, this is a hobby. It's a labour of love. And usually I don't count my labour into my hobby. I never have done. I've never counted it into equation. But I don't just, when I'm picking coins, I don't pick crap out. I don't pick crap out. I don't pick crap out there. If to me it looks like junk, if it looks like junk, I don't put junk. I don't put junk out. I try and pick the best ones out. So when I'm picking them out, I'm trying to get the ones without any spots on them whatsoever. I'm trying to get them so there's not a defect of anything. But to get that, it's a lot of work, and that's when the price goes up, because you're talking about, as in, you can get them the wheat cents in BU, but they need to be in really, I'm talking about excellent shape, and to get them, as in just to buy them alone, you're talking at least, like the other night, there was like 19, I can't remember what year they were, but somebody paid up to the excess of $35 for just one roll. Alden Davis had actually thought that I was interested in buying a wheat cents roll. They were a consignment lot. It was a consignment lot somebody got. It was auctioning them off on behalf of somebody else, and basically it went up to $35. And Alden says to Joe, get that to Alec. Now, when somebody does that to me, that's overwhelming. And I was like, well, what if I says to him, well, cut half of that roll, and give me half of it, and give Alden half of it, because Alden's paying for that. Although that he's gifting it to me, right? The full roll. I said, we'll cut half the roll so you can earn some money back on that roll, and give me half of it. So that I can then time we take 2 or 3 out of that roll, and then I can pass them along the line. Because that's the whole idea. What's the point of you having a full roll? You're not going to use a full roll up. We're going to do a full roll at a time, so you get 50 coins in a row. Because you get 50 coins in a row, and you're looking for, as in the good shaped ones in that roll. That's what you're looking for. But sometimes you find oddballs in the roll. But and I don't know if that's including a bankroll where you find oddball bits in it. You should be actually selling them, Andrew, as in the better shape ones, because they're worth good money, as in the IHP ones, Indian head pennies. As they start about hang me as in for a dollar upwards, the Indian head pennies. As there's times where I pay good money for them Indian head pennies just to get them, and that's only one. What happens is you start a collection of it, maybe say for instance like Wheaties, and you'll start for bottom end, and you'll go, right, I'll get 45, then end up before you know it, you want 46, you want 47, 48, and it goes on and on and on, and the addiction gets worse. It's like candy, and it's like Lemonhead says, it's like a candy in a candy store. You see one hanging in, end up you go to another, and then it's like ding me, but it can become an addiction that bad that you end up you spend all your money on it just to have them. But I only do a bit at a time. But if you want to send me IHPs to help the channel out, you're more than welcome, Andrew. Or what I'll do is I'll swap wee ones. I'll swap wee for different bits. Because there might be stuff that down me that I've got that you don't. Because that's what I'm saying. I don't mind swapping for similar value, because that's what I was trying to tell them. If you're trading bits and back, bits and forward, you're wanting to value value what that coin is. Change the mic, because change the camera. I want to get on with this mail call. I want to do that mail call, but I wanted to, as Andrew says, I wanted to be able to show that. As Andrew said about I hasn't seen him under the microscope. I wanted to show them, because that was the whole idea behind doing me. That's why I said I cancelled the auction, because I was thinking of doing it Thursday. I was thinking of doing it today. I want to talk to Andrew about something anyway, but I'm not discussing it here. That's why I asked him, ding me on Messenger, are you busy? But I wanted to get on with the mail call. I want to get things done. I get it done, ding me. Because I want to show as well. I know it's... Everybody's like, what is it? What is it? What is it? I can't, I've been told I'm not to hear it, so I shouldn't have said nothing, but I was in the middle of starting the live and something come up. There's another one, full push metal. And there is the co-host of the Redneck Metals. And that's, I want to show what I got. Oh, get out, get out, get out, get out. Get out, you bugger. Get out. Get out. You see it? Bulldog. It's a miniature bulldog. It's miniature bulldog. It's a hand port. It's a hand port. It's a miniature hand port. See him? It's a bulldog. See him growling. See his teeth. He's showing his teeth. It's a British bulldog. So it's young thick. Because that's it says. It's 1 ounce. It's 1 ounce prototype. That's its COA. Oh, I know. I'm always buying bits and pieces, but that's from my own collection. That'll never get sold. That's what I'm saying. That's $60 or $70. That's $60 or $70 on its own. Just for that alone. That's what I'm saying. That takes money out the channel. Okay, it's my own money, but it's still taking money out the channel. So every time that I buy something for my own self, it takes money away from the channel itself. And I know that it should be a labour. I know it should be a labour of love, but you're thinking about that as in $60 or $70 could have went into 4 or 5 bits of stuff. If you think about it. Because they rolls are like, I can buy them for about $5 or $10 on it, $5 or $10 alone. There was like last night $6 for a thing, $6 for a roll, a 1964s. So that $70 could go into, do you know what I mean? Quite a bit of coins for the channel. And that's what I'm saying. That's been into just one piece alone. I end up my nerves so break out, and I'm trying to, and then it's like finger and thumbs, because I'm sitting with the whole load trying to get through it, because that was the whole idea, was if I cancelled the auction for the wheat cents, I thought I might as well, because I need the watchers anyway. So that's full push metals. And there's one. This one's SHF. That's SFHT. Scrapping hoarder, tinkering fun, I think that is. But I end up putting it round the wrong way. I sometimes read it round the wrong way. And it's a pot. It's a pot pie. And there's so it's in a black velvet bag. And there's a pot. There's a pot pie. Pot pie. And it's there. Pot pie. That's what I'm saying. Some stuff I keep and some stuff I'm like, do you know what I mean? But then I'm not going to give everything away, because that one's got redneck metals. But it's SHFT. It's SHFT that done it. But it's a lot of the metals mafias. That's they all run about together, as in the ones that do the porn. They all run about together, so they all run about as friends with each other. So it ends up becomes like a little community of its own. Three watching. We've got 3 watching, but there's hardly anybody in the chat. 3 watching. No, because that's what I'm saying. I don't know why I keep going on, because I see the time's kicking on, but the more time I spend, the less time I've got is content. But then I want to get the backlog finished and go into the next bit. But then how far do you... There it says... That's for Yankee Mafia, but I told him to send it to Joe Durbin. He wanted to send it direct. Metals Mafia wanted to send it directly to me. But I was like, no, you don't, because it was costing him a fortune. But then I think he said he sent it. I think he sent it twice or something. Ah, 420, the 420 community. I never even knew that was at 420 community. The marijuana, the 420. I never even knew that thing me, as in that was partly as in thing me. I never even looked at that. It wasn't until then. See, I don't I'm not really into that stuff, but do you know what I mean? I don't despise somebody just because they smoke something like that, because they started using it for as in medicine purposes, because it's got herbal stuff in it. Dad and daughter, silver stacker, bulldog billion. I don't know if he's gave his stickers for other ones, for other channels. That's Yankee Mafia. As I'm saying, some of them run under different channels, and then as in when they send you something, and you're like, did that? Because, but then but people should know that I tend to buy for other places. I don't just buy for one source. I buy for different places and different bits all over the place. A funny feeling that's quarters. I think that's quarters. As it says, never circulated that it's there. It says never circulated on them. It's they're 2010s. So they're, and there's the ones with different reverse design on them. They're 2010s as well. And then years you can see it says never circulated on them. Is that's when it becomes dearer. That's when it becomes dearer to buy a full roll, a full tube of them. That's when it becomes dearer. And then when it's in auction, it can fetch as upwards. But then you're talking about the best of quality. That's, as I said, they're never circulated. They're like BU. But still, there's the seals you can see, green seals on them for 2010. So you got all different years. And that's what I'm saying. That's what you're trying to get. And that's what I tend to put in the surprise bags. I put them in, or I have called them surprise bags. Then I had to change the name of them as in into grab bags. Fair warning, what you gonna do? Oh, a sniper's gonna come after you. There's a $250, 2006. That's what I'm saying, Andrew. Something I'm keeping because something I don't even know. I don't even own. There's 2006 there. But then you're trying to buy more than what you need, especially if you start putting content on, and then you're trying to, as in, get money back or whatever. And then there's some people that I actually had to end up selling their collection because of it, as in money problems or whatever that come up. And it's a shame that you have to sell their collection that they've actually owned for years. But that's what they do: build one collection, and then the next collection they'll build a second collection. There's only two watching now. It was I think we might. I think because it's getting late on, I think what I'll do is I'll shut it down, and then I'll do the rest another time. Because as I said, there's only two watching now. Because I definitely wanted to do the mail call, but I still had to get my dinner because that was mum bringing up dinner. I've got chicken fillets over there. Because I was going to do yours as well, Andrew. I was going to do that as well. Because I was wanting to get right through it. But then I was like two watching. And then I want to fix, there's something that I need to do as well. Because it's going up, the views is going up, the watchers going up, the watchers are going up and down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off now. I'll see you later, guys, in the thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that now mail call on part of that mail call because I'll probably end up doing a part two. Because now I've done that, so I can put that into that. Because that's what I'm saying, everybody's coming in and out. So obviously I don't know. There must be other people on other channels. So because it's getting later, it's like 7 o'clock now.